your employer takes 8% and matches it and puts it into a pension, should you still save for retirement? I'm Nate, the FitFutureMD. I teach you how to get healthy and rich. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you hit that free nutrition and health guide in the description below. So this video is basically going to be like how I would invest for retirement working for a municipality or working for the state government or some company that gives you a pension, right? Now, you know, my company already takes 8% of my salary. They match it and they put it into a pension fund, right? And there's already been many pension funds that have basically been stolen from by state governments or city governments. There are states that have stolen from pension funds and they owe that money back to the pension funds. And many people think they're going to go broke, you know, or go bankrupt, because municipalities and state governments, they all can go bankrupt too, you know, or they'll cut their pensions, right? So basically we want to do what a hedge against that, right? You don't expect the worst case scenarios in life, but you do prepare for them, right? So, you know, normal is 15% into retirement accounts, right? That's like a general rule, 15 to 20%. Well, if they're taking 8 and matching 8, that's 16, right? So I'm like, well, let's just assume they didn't match it, right? So they took 8, I'm gonna take 7 or 8%, and I'm gonna do that as well, right? So I'm gonna invest in retirement and another 7% or 8%. So then the question becomes, well, where am I gonna allocate that money to, right? Well, if they do a 401k match, well, it's pretty stupid not to go ahead and double up your money, right? In my opinion, right? Like even if the market loses 50%, you still have the money that you put in there, right? If they're matching you. Like my employer, for example, you know, I only have to do $10 a paycheck and they give me another 6% of my salary, right? So that's a no-brainer for me, but I still only count that as the $10, so that I have basically 6% or 7% of the 8% left to invest in other things, right? So 401k up to the match, right? We're gonna go ahead and double up our money. In my case, it's like $10, they give me $2,000, or $260 a year and they give you $2,000, right? 2 or 3 grand. And that's just a no-brainer for me. That's like a 10x on my money. So 401k to the match. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna max out my Roth IRA. And you know, people say, oh, use the Roth IRA, use the Roth IRA, but you know, they don't really tell you, well, how? Well, if your Roth IRA ends up really being tax-free growth by the time you retire, it makes sense that you would want to invest in companies that pay you dividends, right? So that they're not necessarily growing how much the stock is. They're literally giving you money every quarter to hold the stock, right? So then you end up with more shares over time in a Roth IRA. Like, it's pretty much a no-brainer. Like, so if you can get, even if you did the dividend, even if you did the dividend ETFs inside your Roth IRA, like that would still be better long term, you know. But most of the stock market growth is from new innovation companies, right? So you've already invested in basically your 3 retirement systems, right? Your pension system, your 401k, and your Roth IRA. Anything left, I'm gonna put in a regular brokerage account, and I'm gonna try to hit bangers, right? Hit 1000x bangers. I'm trying to find the next Tesla. I'm trying to find the next Netflix. I'm trying to find the next Spotify. I'm trying to find whatever's going to be big next. I'm trying to find a Lululemon. I'm trying to find, the next Nike. Like, I'm trying to find something that's going to grow tremendous, like from $1 billion company to a $50 billion company or a $500 billion company. That's what I'm really looking for in my brokerage account. And then it becomes like, well, what do you spend your time doing, right? Am I flipping through Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, or am I flipping through screeners investigating companies, with your 15 minutes of poop time a day, or your 15-minute breaks at work, or at lunch, am I sitting there watching the freaking news, or am I sitting there looking for bangers, right? I'm looking for 1000x companies. And so it's not that, so this, we're talking about maybe 1, maybe 2% of the 7% backup retirement fund, right? Like, you're not talking about 100% of what you're investing in, because life is not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep, right? And to keep it, you have to invest it, and you have to invest it in stuff that grows against inflation, right? So you already got 3 retirement funds, right? Roth IRA, 401k, and a pension. It's okay to take a little bit of risk, in my opinion, for myself. I'm gonna take a little bit of risk in my regular brokerage account. Now, for me, I got super lucky when I started this strategy. I immediately 10x'd my money, right? So I went from $1,200 to 10 grand in less than 3 months, like this, right? Now, since then, I've only chosen twice out of 10 correctly, right? And as you continue to improve your lookup strategy, basically you don't want to say, oh, I'm the man because I got right once, right? You want to say, I'm still learning, right? I'm still trying to find that next company, that 10x, 100x. And it turned out that company that blew up was pretty much a scam, right? And that was Nikola for me, right? So I put 1,200 into Nikola. I was like, oh, hydrogen trucks. What a genius idea. Like, why haven't they been doing hydrogen all these years? Well, turns out this guy didn't even have a workable truck. Like, they literally towed the truck out there and pushed it down a hill to get video of it, right? I had no idea, but I got super lucky, and this thing went from $10 to like $90, so luckily for me, I was smart enough to sell and get out. And, so there's plenty of companies out there like that they are new technology, and technology and innovation is what you're really looking for, right? You're looking for new things that can compete in the market, that can take market share. So that's and that's in a regular brokerage account, right? That you do that little extra, right? And it kind of makes investing fun, right? Because you're sitting there, and if you're really interested in business in general, like I am, I'm really interested in, well, how did freaking Apple get all these people to love a freaking iPhone over a BlackBerry when the BlackBerry did everything pretty much that you wanted. Like, Nextel was the biggest thing out there at the time when Apple came out with the iPhone. Like, what made everybody switch to the iPhone? Like, figuring that out is, like I say, it was new technology, and it looked a lot better, and the apps were cleaner and easier to use, so it made it better for the masses. And then who jumped on it to really jump it off? That's really the billion-dollar question, right? So anyway, this is what I would do, or this is what I am doing, right? It's let's say you take all your investing at your own risk, right? Don't be stupid and take advice of YouTubers and jump on the next hot trend just because you're trying to triple up, double up. Make sure you do your investigations. You're going to be wrong 8 out of 10 times, so you don't put all of your money into crypto. Like, that's stupid, right? You don't want to put more than 5% of all of your allocations into one thing, right? That's stupid. Even if it's a sure thing. Like, oh, it's a sure thing that this house is gonna triple up. Well, I'm not putting 100% of my money into a single house, into a single investment. That's stupid, right? You lose your bankroll. That's not what you want. Your primary strategy should be to preserve your money. Your secondary strategy on the money that's left over, or if you want to do 5% more than 15%, that 5% is fine to go a little bit risky. But you don't do the full 15% into crypto. Like, that's stupid. That's why all these people got hurt with FTX. And, there are scams out there. There are scams that are backed by legitimate companies, apparently. Like, BlackRock is literally an investor in FTX. Like, Kevin O'Leary is literally an investor in FTX. And he called this guy a genius, right? Oh, he's the future, the wave of the world. Like, people are literally gonna, not use the oil mine crypto. They're gonna use the ones that are on, renewable energy. And like, no, it was a scam. Like, and it's even the best investors in the world can get scammed. So don't be that person. Don't over leverage yourself. Don't use leverage at all. If you can help it, right? There's no reason to even have a leveraged account, right? Really, the only reason to have a leveraged account is so that you're not waiting on trades to execute for 3 days, right? That's really the only reason to not have a leveraged account. So, all right, that's it, guys. I'm Nate, the FitFutureMD. I teach you to get healthy. I teach you to get rich. You should get that free nutrition and workout course in the description below. It's free, and we'll leave your comments and questions in the leave your questions in the comments. And like I say, I answer all the questions. If you don't feel comfortable leaving your question there, you can always email me at fitfuturemd@gmail.com. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.